All right, so now I have another assignment for you. This one is called To Me It Is. And the reason it's called that is because this is a speaking assignment that you are going to record. And I would prefer to be like an audio recording. Don't video record it because otherwise the file is too big for you to send to me. Um, but this is an audio recording. It needs to be between 2 to 3 minutes long. And it needs to start with the phrase, To me it is. Now, this is actually, it's so simple and so basic of an assignment. It's just you need to tell me, or it is a 2 to 3 minute rant about something you are passionate about. A pet peeve, something that is interesting to you. That is what you're going to talk about. So you can start, to me, it is ridiculous that, yada, yada, yada. Or to me, it is so important that, or however you want to start it, it's up to you. But it needs to be 2 to 3 minutes long. And it needs to start with the words, to me, it is. Actually, you're going to want to start recording the assignment and say your name and the class. That is the first thing that you're going to say. And then you're going to give me this 2 minute rant. Needs to be a 2 to 3 minute rant. Needs to be well organized and rehearsed. This is really important to look at the rubric for this one. So you're not going to hand in your typed copy, and I would highly recommend that you do type something. Otherwise, you're going to be really disjointed and unclear with what you're saying in the audio recording. So you do want to write it down. I do not need your written document. I only need the audio speaking recording. So you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to in the course and the topic for discussion. So your name, ELA 20, to me it is, and then you're gonna get on with it. It needs to be really organized, fluid transition. Sorry, you're gonna hold my attention throughout the entire presentation. There's not uh, going from one point to another that is completely unrelated. That would get you a deduction. Next, it's going to incorporate stories, examples, that's going to hold my attention and interest, that's going to develop your main point. You can't just have a rant and not cite an example or a story that makes you think that way, okay? Next, conclusion. You're just going to summarize the important points. You're going to make me feel like there is an ending or there's an ending in sight. It's not just like, that's the end and then you're done your audio recording, right? You need to wrap things up or maybe make a point that's going to encourage a future discussion or like leave me hanging almost for more information or bring something up that might go somewhere else, but that feels like it's a conclusion in some way. So same like in a conclusion in any essay that you would write, right? Sometimes it summarizes the points and introduces something else interesting that could be further discussed. Delivery and punctuation. Are you clear? Like if you're mumbling and I can't understand, like that's not going to work. Okay. That also goes to the speaking clearly, enunciating proper vocabulary part of the discussion. So these two are somewhat tied. Um, is your pronunciation like correct, or are you pronouncing something incorrectly over and over again? Right, that would be an indication in with like a deduction in a mark. Are you using descriptive language? Are you painting a picture in my mind about the situation that you are talking about? Are you engaging me through imagery? Can I picture you there? Can I see the scene? Are you trying to be real? And your word choice is also really, really important. So I just want to bear that in mind. Word choice is also going to be important in this. Do you also manipulate your tone? Like if it's something exciting, are you going to talk a little bit faster? And then when something is a little bit, it's more serious, are you going to take your time? Are you going to pause? Are you going to enunciate? When are you loud? When are you quiet? these are all things that you need to think about to manipulate your tone, volume, to emphasize the important ideas in your topic. And that's it, guys. So this is also another fun one. You don't have to present it in the class. If you do on Thursday, I guess during class time, I am going to be online on Thursday. So if you do want to present this live and in person, I might actually make a recording of that class just because it's really hard for me to do the timing and I really want to be listening, and there might be a few points that I might go back on, but because you're doing it live, I'm technically maybe a little bit more lenient on some of the things, just because it's not practice. So that can be both an advantage and a disadvantage depending on how nervous you are. If you want to practice, at least it gives you can do the recording over and over again, and then you keep the best one to send to me. That might be a better way to go for a lot of you, just because it puts your best foot forward. So that's the assignment, guys. So good luck this week completing everything. I look forward to getting everything handed in and looking at everything. So if you have any questions, as always, just comment below. I'm sure if you have a question, somebody else has a question too, okay? Take care, and hopefully we'll see you next week.